Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Impress with a video on a heartbreaking loss for former US champion. Another title could be When It Rains It Pours or Calm Before the Storm. It is about the last round, the championship round of the 2021 US Championships. The calm is that in the open section 5 of the 6 games ended in draws, which means that we'll have a storm on Tuesday, October 19th, as we'll see a rapid and maybe even a blitz playoff between 3 players who finished in first place in the tournament: Grandmasters Fabiano Caruana, Wesley So and, surprisingly, Sam Sevian. Fasten your seatbelts as it's going to be exciting. In the women's section, the champion had been decided before the last round, with international master Carissa Yip securing her first US championship with a round to spare. 4 of the 6 games ended in draws in the last round. Women Grandmaster Tatev Abrahamyan beat Grandmaster Irina Krush, and I will show you the finish of the game between Women Grandmaster Sabina Feuser with white and Woman International Master Ashrita Eswaran behind the black pieces. The position on the board is after the 27th move from white, which is Feuser, Rook F1 to D1. As we can see, we have a heavy piece endgame with 4 pawns each. The position is in a balance. Eswaran played Queen G5, and now Rook D5 from Feuser, attacking the black queen. And you can play Queen G6 here and nothing is happening, but Eswaran decided to play Rook C1. She decides to complicate the game. She's going to play with 2 rooks against the queen. Feuser took the black queen, rook takes d1 check, king h2 and recapture on g5. The position is still in the balance, but it is more exciting if we have unbalanced material. Queen c2 from Feuser, attacking both rooks. They can protect each other. And then queen c8 check, winning pawn b7. But it is not enough. The connected pass pawns on the queen side look promising for white, but black will be able to create enough counterplay with her rooks. King h7, white took the pawn, and now f5, looking for counterplay. King g3 and rook e2, and now you can play the a-pawn up if you want. It looks dangerous for black, but she has enough counterplay. But here queen f3 was played by Sabina Feuser, and it looks like a good move. The rooks are hanging, pawn f5 is hanging, there's a check on h5 which might win the g-pawn. It all looks very good, but it isn't. It is a big blunder, and if you want to put the video on pause and look if you can find the refutation of this queen f3 move, it's a nice tactic, a tactic that we don't see too often, but it is there, and Eswaran found it. Rook e2 to e3 ruined this last round game for Feuser. It's threatening to win the queen because of the skewer, so you have to take the rook, but then, yes, f5, f4 wins the queen with a pawn fork. Feuser could have resigned here, but in frustration she played a few more moves. She took on f4, g takes, king takes, but the pawns are no match for the rook. a4, rook b1, and Feuser resigned. A heartbreaking loss for Sabina Feuser, who will want to forget this tournament as quickly as possible. When you have a bad event, you don't want such a sucker punch in the last round. When it rains, it pours. In 1998, I played in the same tournament as Sabina Francesca Feuser in the south of France. When she was 8 or 9 years old, she was there with her family. Both her parents were international masters, and since then I've been following her development and progress as a chess player. This was not her tournament. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the Chess to Impress channel and please leave a comment. I will read them all and I will reply to them all. If you liked the video, it would be great if you could share it on social media by clicking the share button on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram, on Twitter and on Facebook. This is Rick for Chess to Impress. Thank you for watching.